Martin Capel. I'm the producer for Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, developed exclusively for the PlayStation Vita by Ubisoft Sofia. Liberation is it's contemporary with Assassin's Creed 3. We use the same Anvil Next engine in Liberation. However, it's a new story, new setting, and a brand new assassin. Aveline, our new assassin, she came around partly because of the setting. Our game is set in New Orleans. New Orleans at this time had a very unique system of called plaçage, that whereby the wealthy French merchants and other people in the city, they couldn't find brides from France because they couldn't persuade the women to move to New Orleans. So they took a temporary bride, which this woman could be of African slave heritage or Chinese or Native American, and it was a temporary marriage that required money. It was a legal agreement, and it was, however, it was temporary until another bride could be found. Some of these relationships obviously created children. Some of these children in turn were pushed into slavery, but some of them actually were loved and raised and educated by their father. So this unique system encouraged children of mixed heritage to move on in the world if they received the financial backing. Some of them did, and some of them became very, very successful in their own right. Aveline is one of these. As you can imagine, for a woman, especially in this era, to succeed required a lot of fortitude and inner strength, and this is absolutely what we're looking for in an assassin. So she's the equal of any man, and a very driven character. New Orleans was very much a city of contrasts at this time. Everything was on the verges of life and death. You had extreme wealth and extreme poverty, freedom and slavery. Aveline as a character is very much caught in the middle of this. She has her father's wealth behind her, but she's also of African slave heritage. So she sees the contrast from both sides. She sees the wealth of society from her father's side, and the poverty and imprisonment of her people from her mother's side. She's a character that continually, as she grows up, has to make choices based on these contrasts that she sees every day. And yes, it does mean sometimes that she's making choices that maybe are not always the right one, but she makes them from her own standpoint. The character of Aveline is very much part of the narrative in an Assassin's Creed game. It's a story of assassins versus Templars, but however, we do also bring in some elements of Aveline's life and the world around her to the gameplay. One of the most obvious areas that the players will experience is in her weapons. For example, she uses the machete. This is the tool of the slaves on the sugar plantations, which instead of harvesting sugar, Aveline harvests victims. Another clear weapon that symbolizes slavery for us is really the whip. The instrument used to keep people down. She uses as a tool to navigate the city and also in combat against her enemies. Well, depending on which of the guises that Aveline takes, she can take three: the assassin, the lady, and the slave. This changes the way in which the player plays the missions, and also this changes the way in which the world reacts to her. For example, Aveline as the lady, this is the person that her family knows and her friends know. I mean, Aveline is born in New Orleans, she's raised in New Orleans, so when she goes out dressed as the lady, people greet her, people treat her with respect. You do have to be careful not to walk into the more criminal areas of the city. However, this is the person that everyone knows. In terms of gameplay, in a dress like this you can't climb, so it brings in restrictions that you need to consider when playing a mission. Also, it brings in new styles of play. You can charm soldiers to accompany you and help you, or just to take them somewhere to kill them quietly. And you can also bribe guards to let you through. And you also have the parasol gun, which is a one-shot weapon. You need to be, again, extra careful. It's the shot that counts. If you get caught in combat, you can be in trouble. However, you still have your hidden blades. Aveline is always an assassin, no matter which guise she wears. It makes for a more careful mission, and it actually makes for a very satisfying mission when you pull one off, especially when it's against enemy soldiers. Completing the mission is very satisfying. Yes, it's something where you need to consider the environment around you and the enemies and other people that you're likely to meet, and to consider carefully how you're going to complete the goal. The opposite of the lady is actually the assassin. This is the character that all fans of the Assassin's Creed games will be familiar with. She's the one that has the body armor. She's the one that has all access to all the weapons. She navigates the city freely. Yes, we have the same improvements as Assassin's Creed 3. So we have the tree running is open to Aveline the assassin, the dual wielding, the grabbing enemy soldiers and holding them in front of you to take the enemy's fire, and this is the character that players will be familiar with. The games take place at the same period of time. Both are set around the American Revolution. Liberation, however, based around New Orleans, is more of a story of a colony that's drawn into the revolution through smuggling and through trade. As the revolution takes hold, it brought into its influence the whole world, basically, in terms of New World and Old World. So with France and Britain and Spain, and New Orleans got pulled into it as well. This means actually for the player that Aveline will be making a journey. She will encounter Connor, and the two of them will meet up later in the game. The story of Aveline merges with Connor, and yeah, they do meet together. Liberation is a full Assassin's Creed game. You can expect approximately 15 hours of gameplay, and in that you've got full open worlds to explore and navigate. So it's a full-on experience.
It's Assassin's Creed as we like and as we love it.
Exactly.
It's nothing stripped down or something.
The Vita is a very capable platform. We had to make no compromises in delivering Assassin's Creed.
Okay, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Okay.